Hello, I hope you are well. Welcome to part 2 of my channeling video, and let's get straight into it. If you haven't checked out part 1, that's available. Check it out and then catch up. Okay, so if you remember last time, I was talking about a strange being that I had to chase after on a tube train in this very sorry, I am seeing somebody over there by the picture that taps all the time to validate things. They tap it. It's one of the shadow men. Very odd. Drinking something. I don't know. It's a message. Okay, so I'm working. Want me to have a drink of water? I've just had one. One more. Anyway, you always fuss. Fussy shadow men. They showed me as a baby again earlier. Right, their little baby. Interesting. Anyway, so remember the X-ray being. I'm going to call it the X-ray being because that's what it looked like with the long spindly legs. That it looked like it was a being created out of X-ray. Picture, you know, medical X-ray. Very weird, very thin, spindly legs, body with a pointy face, and it appeared on the tube train in front of everyone. I'm just doing a quick recap of the end here, and I had to chase after it in the vision, in the meditation vision that was being shown, and the 4 beings, the Atlantean beings that were, or Atlantis beings as they want to be known as, who I've written about. So if you need to catch up, check out the first video. So basically, when I'd done that and it disappeared off into, you know, into the city of London. London is featuring predominantly here, and I'm seeing Big Ben again. They're showing me something to do with time. Remember, I'm still channeling when I'm on the doing this video. So I'm sorry because I've gone quiet because I'm being shown an image. The green bit out front. Oh, I don't know if you saw that, but it's almost like they're trying to use my lips to speak, so I might have gone like that. They were very excited about something. At 6 o'clock today, so that's the 6 o'clock news here in the UK, there's going to be some sort of announcement. So that tells me there's a news reporter where they often stand. On the grass outside there's going to be some sort of announcement. Now, spirit timing can be off. Yeah, just saying. But it can be. Then other times it can be extremely precise. And I've had that before where it's been, I've given a message to somebody and it's extremely precise what time they had to send an email message to someone to get their attention. And it worked like a dream. This man was shocked. Okay, so, yeah. 6 o'clock, an announcement about the Ukraine war. I'm seeing Zelensky. I'm seeing tanks. They showed me that earlier, tanks. But some announcement going to be made, and I can see Zelensky, not there, but I can see him, Ukraine war, and it's on the grass outside, so that's a reporter, the reporter with glasses. I can't remember his name. BBC, see, I'm pushing it through me. BBC. Some announcement, it's important that I want to see. So I don't know, but it's about that. In reply to the statement made by Putin, he's going to make another one from the one I've seen. So that's what I'm being told. I had to give that information to you for some reason, and it's something to watch. It affects starseeds. Now I'm seeing something that they showed me in the vision. All these people in white robes that I've seen, and there are thousands. I'm going to see millions because I'm only seeing a section of them. And I'm often shown this big wave, and then the wave turns into these beings. These beings all robes. There's a blonde woman. She features predominantly. So I don't know, full hair. Almost like an 80s haircut. Quite odd. But they're all holding little glass pyramids, which they hold up like that. And that was in this vision, and they're showing me that again. And that's something to do with that. Now they're giving me information piecemeal. Electromagnetic forces are going to hit the Earth in the next 2 to 3 days. Equipment shortage, outage. You mean like my broadband that's been down? Equipment shortages. Electricity. So maybe it's going to affect grids all over the world. Electricity grids. Correct. Okay, so that's a bit of extra information for you there. So yeah, so I keep saying the British flag in this meditation. The other stuff's just extra. 2 to 3 days, there's going to be a lot of things happening apparently. Right, okay. So then I got the They Live Amongst You. The movie is They Live, right? Which I mentioned that Spiritual Healer on YouTube had talked about, and was a message for me, and well, and other people, but it resonated with me. So I found out about the movie. Check it out. And it's about them living, because she got the message, they are living amongst us. I got the message this time, they live amongst you. So as reference to me, but possibly to you as well. And the shadow men, or the men in black, as I affectionately refer them to, because they all wear black suits, they chase them down. And what they do is, I help apparently, because they put me out there as bait to lure them in. Thanks for that. And as I was doing this channeling, I have to mention this song because it's really important. The lyrics are important. Jump by David Bowie. Okay? They say, yeah, that's really something. They say, you should watch his ass. No, they say, yeah, look up the lyrics, okay? Just look up the lyrics. Really good. It's one of my favorites, but it was relevant. And it's about doing, because that movie, They Live, it's about people, you know, all the subliminal messages and aliens controlling everything and seeing a bee, and it's that kind of thing, the message about the world, you know, that all these subliminal messages that we get through media, through everything, through teaching, through whatever, and we're told to do certain things, and it's about becoming aware of that and the agenda that these beings have. And I'm seeing David Icke. Why am I seeing David Icke? Because he's correct. That is not my opinion, so don't shoot the messenger. But I think he's right about beings living amongst us and these subliminal messages coming in and what he says about that. That is not my opinion. That is them, okay? It may resonate with you, it may not, but please don't put comments on having a go at me, because it's not my opinion. I don't tell you my opinions, okay? Apart from the odd thing. I don't know what to make of that, okay? Right. So then I saw some odd stuff, which is kind of normal. So these beings, these 4 Atlantis beings, the one with the long blonde hair, they all got long hair. He was hanging with some others. I couldn't quite see them though, from a rope from underneath this bridge. Now, it wasn't any particular bridge, it was a bridge, okay? And then Christopher Reeve as Superman appeared on the rock standing next to it all, which I think it means that what they're trying to convey with that, remember, they'll use anything. They will use TV, they will use birds, they will use, I don't know, anything. They would use crystals, whatever you're into to get the message across. Now that says to me that it's an alien being or aliens that are assisting. And I don't know, because everything's hanging by a thread. Yeah, okay, they're showing me bread and that. The sitcom here, Bread, where Adrian used to keep saying it, I'm hanging by a thread. So everything's hanging by a thread. Correct. Okay. But they're coming in to assist. Okay. Then I keep seeing sharks, and they showed me that later on when I did a bit more meditating this morning. The sharks are around. The sharks come, they said, we are here with you. So this is a reference again to people so if I've got to tell you, it's for you as well. If you're doing any kind of spiritual work, there are definitely people are watching on and trying to disrupt the work. We are here with you. So there are teams around you that are helping. Okay. Then I saw these the blonde guy again and the other ones in this field, and it was like a train of people coming through. They said spiritual refugees. And this time the guy had a band round here, very 80s, which I thought was kind of weird. And I have to describe what was there. Band round his head. I have to remember the long hair, cloaks, there was a lot of grass, and then I heard the words war comes. So if that sounds, floods in London again, I got that. Then I got another rocket will launch soon, space rocket. They will find new weapons, new identities, and then Jaws again. And they were just statements. So I'm not sure, I'm not being given anything else. Then I saw this X, which I referred to in the previous video. Lots of flying machines, basically, around it, and this X floating in the air. Now they have shown me like a spacecraft up in the sky, which has got an X in the middle of it. It's very odd. Then I saw, there was something I've written down, people and tables, but I can't remember that. People in white holding up these glass pyramids, like I mentioned before, and the wall of water turning into people. So that tells me it's like when they say about the wave of indigos, these are waves of new souls coming in to balance out the energy on the planet. That's what I'm being told. Then I saw a tall black tower in the distance again, which this city, which I've mentioned before, I often see it coming out of the water. And I always keep thinking of the tower moment in the tarot, like the tower. Sorry, that's my FND. Tarot card. Okay, it makes my speech go a bit. So, why are you showing me the TV again? Washing. And number ones there. There was a whole load of number ones. We've got now I know why I've had to leave the TV on. They're showing me number ones. It was an advert for ITV1, and lots of number ones, and a lot of something to do with washing, subliminal washing. There's a light just appeared over there. Oh, unless that's the TV. Is that the TV? I don't know. We'll bypass that one. No. Some sort of, excuse me, I don't know, it's probably the TV, but it just looked odd for a minute. And the lights, I know exactly what's from something else and what's spiritual, because I've tested it for years, and I've seen them for years, and they're very little bright, like crystal flashes. No, it's not my eyes. I was tested, and it's not my eyes. Okay, so but this town, what really freaked me out when I was in Birmingham on Friday, which I mentioned in the previous video about, there's a building there and it scared me, and it reminded me of a dream I'd had. And there was a approaching big twister coming, but it was like a not like the ones you usually see. It was giant. And you're probably in America, you're probably going to tell me or wherever. I've seen huge ones, but this one just didn't look real. It's like that oversized plane I talk about there. See the camera. I don't know if you heard that click. And I was trying to get away from it with my ex-husband. It was a weird dream. But anyway, and it was this black tower, this black building. And I keep seeing it in all of the visions in different ways. I've seen it in the sea, and I'm with the shadow men, and we are in like inflatable dinghies around it, waiting for it to fall. And it's very glass-like. I keep thinking it's the earth and all the structures of the earth, economy, everything, which in some of these channelings, it does represent that, but I wasn't sure about this time. And when I was in Birmingham, there's a building there, but it's more square rather than a tower, and it scared the living daylights out of me. Now that's weird, another light here. That's weird to be scared of a building, but it just looks so ominous and so dark. And I'm getting the weird sensation now that it's almost like, okay, it's like this tower, and we are watched from this tower. In this channeling, this is what it means in this channel. We are watched from that tower, from inside that tower. We are viewed. We are being watched all the time. Now, let's not get paranoid, but alien beings are watching. And that's why these other ones have come in to destroy this control. But that's, and it makes me feel nervous, fearful, and I don't know if that's what they project out into the world all the time, to keep control, to keep us all afraid of each other, so we don't come together as one. Now, people are going to say that about governments and everything. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but people are like that around the world. That's how they get control. We know that. That's obvious. But this is something else. This is... it scared the living daylights out of me. And I still don't... I'm thinking about it. I just... in that building sort of reminded me of something, some sort of control that we are aware of. I'm seeing the Matrix 5 and plugged in. Oh, I don't want to go there any further. I do not wish to take that any further at the minute. Thank you. But control, Matrix 5. It's not nice. Oh, and they show me one of these X-ray beings sitting in me, but I know that's not one, because I wouldn't let it get in here. Yeah, okay, they're confirming that. But it's something to do with them. Oh, this is getting a bit... this is just extra information because I'm still channeling. Anyway, so we'll leave that bit there. If you've got any thoughts on that, or what it could, if it represents anything else, you know, let me know. Leave a comment. So a throwback to... Then I saw a road. I often see a road, and it's almost like I'm moving along this road. I don't know if I'm in a car. I have seen myself in a car before, in a Jeep with an older man and my guide, before going to some sort of... looks like a conference centre, but it's like a bit like with the thing I described in the last video, coming out to sea, but it's not the same. It's like a big conference centre, and I've seen myself, and I saw that in the vision actually, where I'm standing there, and they're all people from all different times, and they're that's like a reference to that movie, isn't it, with David Niven? But it's not. I'm standing talking to them, and I'm giving like a presentation, and they're showing them things. And I'm getting the impression that what they're trying to say is, that's another way of saying that these are all different races, all different beings from different dimensions, times, whatever, that are all been given information from me, and if I'm telling you that you're part of that, that we are spies in a house of love. That's a book, but that good, as in spiritual, to take care of the world. Correct? Okay. So we have to report back, which is kind of odd. It's just they'll use certain images to get across. It's a language they use because you wouldn't understand their language. So, and we are all working with different beings to facilitate that. Right. So I think that's what that road is, but it's like a journey, a road that we're all on. And I always see the markings up the middle, the white markings. It's dead center. It's as if I'm right in the middle of this road. I can't see myself or what I'm doing it in this vision or how I'm traveling, but I'm often flying. And I'll often go down the street and it's like images on either side, but they're not clear. And then they'll just slow me down and I'll stop, and then it becomes a street. So I don't know if this is resonating with you, if you've had similar things, let me know. Then it emerges, the road this time was weaving through a dusty, dry sort of countryside. It was odd. Then I saw Tower Bridge in London again. Then I got the information. Now, from what I can gather, this is still being built. I got white, thin tower, Dubai, accident soon, will disintegrate and come down, end of 2023. It says explosion. Hasn't been built yet, it's in the process of being built, significant. And then they mentioned something about, they just said the word terrorism. So I don't know, because they said accident, or maybe it's going to be perceived as an accident, but it's not. Correct. There you go. Right. Now, I'll finish off with the bit I channeled this morning. I saw myself in space and everything was going fast. Lots of white lights moving, and then a big white light, which I often refer to as source for me. And I heard the words open velocity. Okay. Then they talked about jet engines, because at one point they showed me like a whole load of people again, see lots of different images, and like the shadow of a big plane, that big plane again, but it was like black, and it sort of came on and then it disappeared. It was terrifying. I'll just read it. As I said to you, I've been getting a lot of statements. Jet engines, propulsion adapted. Then they showed me, again, TV program, Doctor Who, Matt Smith, and he was holding a pyramid. So that's a reference to time travel. Okay. Then I got propulsion. I saw a rocket taking off, rocket engines. Then I got coordinates again, and they said it to me like this: 999 2014, and then 66, and then they said 9 this time. Okay, that's wormhole. And then I got destination ground zero. Then I got experiments, spacecraft. We have seen the documents and they are inadequate. They are a fail. I kept seeing an astronaut, and then all of these documents and a few triangles again, but I couldn't quite see them clearly. Reverse engineering is not advisable. Failure will ensue. Alien contact soon. And I think this is something to do with Concorde again. I've seen that going through gateways, and I know they're redoing Concorde. I just said British engineering has the answer. Experiments. Government keeps it under wraps, but it should be shared with the world. London Calling, I heard again, like the song London Calling, Floods, High Tide. And then I heard Secret Base Underwater. So I don't, that's just these statements kept rolling off. And then We Come From the Sea and Atlantis beings, okay. Then they showed me, and they've shown this to me for years. Oh, it's giving me a headache. I'm continuing to channel. Lots of it's almost like blueprints for things. It could be a horse and carriage and it's somebody riding it, and it's a blueprint, but it's moving and it looks like a blueprint. And then I got the word it's things like that, and they showed me a few of those, which I can't tell you what they were. They moved too fast. Schematics given soon for space flight. It is time coming to give it. And I said, is someone coming to give it to them, whoever's doing this? Yes. Okay. And this is to defend the world. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Atlantis will rise again. Then I saw the people again, the Lord of Water, then Tower Bridge. Then I saw tanks firing, which I talked about at the start. And I saw a tank, and it had like, I'm seeing Jessica Rabbit on the drawing on the side, but I heard the name Betty Grable, but it's Jessica Rabbit, the woman in Jessica Rabbit. I've forgotten her name. That's like World War II. Although they did that in, well, I think they named a tank Kate Eady, didn't they, in the Falklands War? I don't know. In Iraq or somewhere. I can't remember where it was. One of the wars. Then they showed me a picture of the guy with the blonde hair back in time, World War II, standing next to some American soldiers. I have actually seen him in a SS uniform, and I was told that he was undercover. They put people, they're angels, and they put them undercover in various places to find out what was going on, and they're back through time, and they're still doing that through time, because as I've mentioned over and over again, time is being affected in every era because of things that are being done at the moment. Check out my world prediction playlist, it's on there somewhere. Then I was told the people in white, new souls come, they're holding up the glass pyramids again. Then I had a very strange thing. There was an old sailing ship, which I've mentioned before, and you know that they used to have those carved women or whatever at the front. Well, I was like that, but I wasn't carved, thank goodness. Tied to the front of this ship, and then I went into the water, sharks circled, and I was fighting them. Honestly, make of that what you will. Then I heard toxic waves, pollution, poisoned water supply, debris. I don't know what that's about. And no, that's not a reference to global warming, so don't switch off those people who don't like it. It's, I don't know, something toxic, whether something toxic's released. I just saw a lot of junk and stuff floating. I don't know. But something, and it was very sort of green water. Atlantis lives. And then I got told to stop. So there you go. Some very strange messages, but I hope you found that very interesting, and have a think about it and see what you think it might be referring to as well, or if you can elaborate more. I'm going to do some more research on Atlantis. I mean, I know bits about it, but I think I need to do some more. But first, I'm going to get a drink and some food because my head is now pounding and I need to stop. So take care of yourselves. If you haven't already, check out my playlist. The one thing I did want to say before I went, at the end of the main bit of channeling, the images started to change and they became very, I did mention that in the previous video, but the images I was seeing became very sort of organic looking, fluidic, very, the composition of them, the things that were showing me were different, and they started moving at a rate of knots. So I think that's something, they did tell me I'd gone up to levels at some point. So that's going to be something I'm going to be seeing a lot more of, but not today. Good, because my head is pounding. My back's killing me. So, yeah. Anyway, yes. So I don't think I have anything else to say, do I? No. Okay, I can sign off. Leave a comment, please. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Please check out the World Predictions, World Revelations playlist if you haven't already. That explains about a lot of stuff, including who are the shadow men and why they're here. And let me know. Okay, I put a list to, because I was referring to my books that are on Amazon. You can check them out. This is not a plug, just if you're curious. You don't even have to buy the whole story, because I did it as a series. The screenplay is there as well if you prefer that. And you can buy the full book and all the connecting episodes. They're linked together. I haven't finished Prince of Londinium. I think they're going to get me to write some more, and they are channeled messages. Definitely Knight of Swords was, and I think I've put it on there's Forget-Me-Nots now. I forget. I'll put a link in the description. The ones that I was referring to in the first video, I'll do it again for this. And the song Jump from David Bowie. Okay, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time.